Welcome to beautiful Naples, Florida, along the Paradise Coast, and easy to see why they have given it that name. So many options to entertain yourself down here in Southwest Florida, and one of those, the annual pilgrimage to East Naples Community Park for the Minto US Open Pickleball Championships powered by Margaritaville. We have reached Friday. Glad to have you on board for the 2024 Minto US Open Pickleball Championships. We've moved to the Senior Mixed Pro Doubles Gold Medal Match, and should be a fun one here, guys. Chris Karges and Dave Weinbach against Jaime Oncins and Whitwell. And Dave Weinbach, he always puts on a show here in Naples.
Always. I mean, and this is his favorite tournament and his favorite center court, the Zing Zang Championship court, and all of pickleball. So he gets fired up for this event. He's been at the top of the game for many, many years now, and we should expect him to perform very well out here tonight.
And his teammate, Chris Karges, she was on championship court a couple of times yesterday, but Chad, it didn't work out for her the way she would like. She'd like a better fate here this evening.
She would like a better fate, but I tell you what, Chris Karges, one of the nicest players out there, and she does a pretty good job competing out there on the court too.
Jaime Oncins, and he's got some length he can use to his advantage.
Yeah, and he and Lee Whitwell have been partnering together in mixed doubles for quite a few tournaments now, and they've been winning.
Yeah, they're undefeated in 2024 so far.
That's winning for sure.
They are the 2 seed. Weinbach and Karges officially the 5 seed. And we will have the first serve between these 2 teams vying for a gold medal coming up in just a moment. Stay with us.
Pickleball Channel is proud to bring you all the action from Naples, Florida of the Minto US Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville. More great content is on the way. Matches, tips, instruction, inspiring stories, and more. So remember to subscribe, like, and follow on all your favorite social media platforms and at pickleballchannel.com.
I'm really excited to see this match tonight. I mean, Lee Whitwell is very explosive. You got a lot of reach herself.
Karges and Weinbach started off.
Oh, got her in the chest. That's what Weinbach has to do right there, is be a little bit more aggressive, put the pressure on Whitwell.
102.
Keep your eye on Dave Weinbach in the red shirt on the near court, because he is just non-stop in motion. If you haven't seen him play before, just never stops moving.
I would probably say he might have some undiagnosed ADHD.
Ouch.
I mean, I'm on that same boat.
What gives you that impression?
Into the net, a 3-0 advantage to get this thing going.
302.
Dave Weinbach won a gold medal in senior men's pro doubles here the other night.
031.
You know, he won the first 2 U.S. Opens here when he wasn't yet a senior.
When he wasn't a senior?
Yeah.
Well, he medaled the year that he did go senior pro, because he played in the regular pro and the senior pro, and he medaled in both draws.
He did, and that was the first time that had happened, where someone was eligible to play both and actually did play both.
Good ball there from Oncins, going right in the body of Weinbach.
132.
Oh, there's the hands of Jaime Oncins. A little mix-up there in the middle on that first ball between Whitwell and Oncins. Jaime came over to take it in the middle, but Whitwell got a paddle on it, and then Weinbach went to go behind him.
And that's going to be wide, so side out. I'll get it back over to Karges and Weinbach. mentioned Weinbach in winning that
3-2-1.
senior pro doubles on Wednesday night. He and his partner, Altaf Merchant, hadn't even dropped a game through the entire draw until the gold medal match. They lost game 2, and then they just came back and delivered a pickle to be able to win it in the 3rd game.
3-2-2.
Quick hands by Karges.
Oh, the Whitwell only finds the back corner. Yeah, little facial expression there from Lee. She certainly didn't mean for it. She was going for the forehand first, and then Weinbach actually hit it into the movement. So she had to adjust to the backhand.
3-2-1. Excuse me. 2-3-1.
So the side out back over to Whitwell and Oncins.
Second serve. Two, 3-2. Side up.
5 straight serves without a point, so you can find some momentum here.
3-2-1. Second serve. By roll call stance.
Weinbach
3-2-2.
asking if that ball was out. Referee Trish Stewart giving the standard response when they don't see. By rule, the call stands on the court.
What percentage of the time would you say you actually see a ref overturn a call? I mean, it's in the single digits.
It is in the single digits, and it's in reality, it's not a pickleball referee's job to be watching sidelines, baselines. More so, they're able to on a serve or a return, but then it's their job to watch the kitchen, be looking for those foot faults.
And I would expect in the next year that we are going to have technology that's going to be calling the lines.
Yes, yeah, we're already starting to get some video replay and some challenges in some of the other tournaments.
And then we'll get players yelling at the technology.
Well, we used to have line judges here at the US Open. Remember, they used to sit on the lower chairs down court level.
Beach chairs. Oh.
Look at Weinbach. The sun was in his eyes. Always a showman.
Oh, he was going to destroy that ball until he wasn't. Yeah, you got the model with the hole in it, Dave.
I don't think Paddle Tech's going to like him promoting the new hole paddle.
Oh, somehow that didn't hit his body. That ball just wide.
Didn't miss by much. But we're tied at 4.
Have a little bit of sun peeking through championship court. Lee Whitwell's had to put on the sunglasses.
A good read there from Weinbach. Whitwell trying to speed it up with the quick flick through the middle. But Weinbach didn't bite. See him take off right there as it makes contact with Whitwell's paddle. A short, compact swing.
And then the wagging of the finger. Couldn't catch up to that one.
Yeah, that's a good spot there from Oncins. Weinbach taking up a little bit more real estate in the middle of the court to try to put some pressure on Oncins just takes a little bit of pace off it, gets behind Weinbach.
Side out.
Good speed up there from Karges.
4-5-1.
And there's that nice long reach that you talk about, Chad.
Yeah, good job there from Jaime Oncins. Good footwork and a nice extension. Once you get fully extended there, can't try to add too much power.
Karges misfires, and the side out back over to Oncins and Whitwell.
Well, and that's the hard part there when you're playing with an active partner. Karges is playing a step and a half back off the kitchen line. Oh, Whitwell with another Ernie. Just never put on the brakes.
And she committed to that from the start. And wow, that's pretty impressive to be able to do with your backhand too, Chad.
You can see why Lee Whitwell is a fan favorite. Was voted as the MLP MVP by peers and fans previously. Oh, backhand finisher for Weinbach.
Always the showman.
6-4-2. Side out.
Good job there from Karges, pushing Whitwell back away from the kitchen line. Whitwell just tried to cut that one a little too fine.
4-6-1.
Quick hands by Whitwell. Gets it past Weinbach.
Yeah, that's a tough spot to try to speed up there for Karges. Takes it cross court and just gives a little too much reaction time for Whitwell. And she's able to take it down the line. Not give any reaction time to Weinbach.
A lob by Karges. Oncins. That was great reaction out of Oncins and beautiful execution.
Yeah, good job getting up and flicking that one right down at the feet of Weinbach. And actually, Whitwell has to be a little careful with that fake Ernie attempt. She got called for one in the pro split age as far as going past the plane of the net and not making contact with the ball.
Weinbach switches to the finesse shot. And that goes over and has a little exchange with Whitwell.
Well, he said split age, she would have got it, but not on this one. Andre Dasky would have come over and taken that one in pro split age.
Well, was ready for the lob, and then Oncins finishes it off.
So Chad talked about split age. That's a really popular event here at the Minto US Open Pickleball Championships, where one player has to be over 50 and one under 50.
Yeah, Lee won the gold with Andre Dasky earlier in the week. Lee only just turned 50 this year, new addition, or is turning 50 this year, new addition to the Senior Pro Tour.
5-6-2. 6-2.
She actually beat Jaime Oncins, her partner, and Simone Jajing in the final.
Lob by Weinbach. Now Oncins and Whitwell on opposite sides. But hanging tough.
Wow.
Weinbach taken to the air for the backhanded winner.
Yeah, those are good spots there from Weinbach. Whitwell not used to being on the left side, so sitting like she would on the right. And Weinbach taking it in the opposite direction.
Yes, sir.
She ended up on that side from a lob that Jaime ended up having to cover.
Yeah, ended up with the switch.
Side out.
Unforced error by Karges and a side out at 6 apiece.
6-6-1. Point.
And Karges wide there.
7-6-1.
Good spot there from Oncins. Weinbach a little frustrated with the net there.
8-6-1. Second serve.
Feel bad. Dave's having all these equipment issues, right? The hole in the paddle and the net.
8-6-2.
Got to play what you're given with. Yeah, those are some good shots there from Weinbach. Goes into the body of Oncins and then changes direction each time. Just showing the camera right there that there's no hole in the paddle anymore. Goes right here and then a little bit wider.
Oh, nice shot.
Oh,
I was going to say, nice shot by Dave to get it, but Lee had an even better trick up her sleeve.
well, only option there for Weinbach. He was trying to cheat middle. So the only option he had once Whitwell went down the line was to try to take it back down the line, and
6-8-2.
Whitwell is there for the Ernie.
And then that one stays in.
Another change of direction there behind Weinbach. So downside of Dave Weinbach having to play a little bit more aggressively and take the middle of the court is it opens up that space behind him.
8-6-1.
Weinbach trying for an Ernie, and Oncins was ready to retaliate.
And we're going to get a timeout from Dave Weinbach.
Timeout receivers.
9-6 here in game one of this gold medal match. We will take a quick Takea hydration break from Naples, Florida.
Pickleball Channel is proud to bring you all the action from Naples, Florida at the Minto US Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville. More great content is on the way. Matches, tips, instruction, inspiring stories, and more. So remember to subscribe, like, and follow on all your favorite social media platforms and at pickleballchannel.com.
Speaking of a pretty good show, who puts on a better show than Terry Graham and Chris Yvonne, the founders of the US Open Pickleball Championships? And they've got some family in attendance here. They were honored before we got things underway here this afternoon, guys. Rusty Howes with Pickleball Channel did a great job surprising them, put together a very nice tribute video, as this is the final US Open for Chris and Terry. And it was emotional, man. I know Chris and Terry really, they didn't want a tribute, but they got one, and it was well deserved. And I think pickleball fans around the world, not just here in Naples, know what they've meant to this sport.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know I've been with them on their journey since 2015. They did not only just raise the bar and set the bar for the industry, but for pro pickleball and amateur pickleball as well.
And they're enjoying this one right now. 10-6 game point for Oncins and Whitwell.
Ooh, Karges says no to that one. Whitwell tries to cut the backhand there, and it just stays a little high. Karges, good counter attack, finding that one through the middle.
And I think Weinbach would do well to probably let her be a little bit more involved in this game.
Oncins loses the hat. Karges able to catch up to it. And then Oncins with the winner. And game one in the books. 11-6 in favor of Whitwell and Oncins. And they are one game away from taking home a gold medal here in Naples, Florida. One more look at the final point. So we'll see if Dave Weinbach and Chris Karges can figure things out in game two. Back to Naples in just a moment.
What's up, everybody? Evan Slaughter here, aka Fit to Serve. You probably know me from pickleball, but for Memorial Day, I wanted to share a special message with you. When I joined the Army in 2010, I really didn't know anything about joining the Army. I just was at a time in my life where I wanted something new and different. I was in the infantry, got to go to airborne school, and then ended up at a long-range surveillance unit in Texas. We were scheduled to deploy to Spin Bulldog, Afghanistan. I knew nothing about deployment. It wasn't long into deployment where we had our first KIA, killed in action. One of our team members, Corporal Frank Gross, was killed by an improvised explosive device. I happened to be the gunner of the lead truck of the convoy that came up to assist, where we hit another IED and I was injured. From that incident, I received a Purple Heart, and I also received a combat infantry badge along with some other guys in our unit. The biggest thing to remember about Memorial Day for me is that it's not Veterans Day. Memorial Day is to remember those who died in combat. The Murph workout is a great workout. It's extremely tough. It's to honor Lieutenant Michael Murphy, who lost his life in 2005 during Operation Red Wings. It's a 1 mile run. It's 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 bodyweight squats, and another 1 mile run, all while wearing a 20-pound vest. So this Memorial Day, let's make sure to honor those who lost their life in combat.
Game two, time in, 0-0-2.
Whitwell the ATP, but unable to finish it.
You know, we talk about how special this championship court is, and there's a big crowd here, but there's also a huge fan zone that's out in the park that a lot of people gather around to be able to watch this match as well.
I thought Dave called that out, but they did give her a point for that, ATP. And now the side out, so 0-1-1.
0-1-1.
Yeah, the fan zone. Shout out to everybody out there watching in the fan zone.
Nice spot there from Whitwell, gets it elevated. Weinbach does everything he can just get a paddle on it, but pops straight up. And look there, right on that left shoulder.
0-1-2.
Wow.
Side out.
That's a quick side out there for Karges and Weinbach. Well, Karges and Weinbach were holding in there in game one until Weinbach started to push to the middle a little bit more. Then it opened up that court behind him. Oh, she was going to hit him with it. Whitwell recognized that Weinbach was going for the Ernie. She was going straight into the body. She wasn't going to give him anything in the court.
She's chatting to herself as she walks back to take the ball from Oncins and gets ready to serve.
Good spot there from Jaime. Back through the feet of Dave Weinbach again. You know, it's tough for Karges as well because Weinbach's moving so much, and you're not sure if what he's going to take, what he's not going to take. She has to try to anticipate.
Yeah, and just like I said in game one, I really think that they could make an adjustment here, let her play a little bit more of the court. Why not at this point?
Oh.
And you know, Lee, I can hear what she's saying. I had the pleasure of being on court with her for a Humana Cup match, and she'll say same person.
Same person.
Yeah.
Same woman. Oh, now they're just both. I mean, I'll tell you what, though. I'm not too sure who has the bigger overhead, Jaime or Lee. But right now, she's hit 2 balls into the net court and going way out.
Whitwell unforced. And back to a 1-point game.
And good defense there from Chris Karges. Recognizing the attack, just resetting it each time.
Second serve.
Oncins putting it behind Weinbach. Move to the second serve.
Yeah, 2 straight back down the court, and then creates the angle out wide. Lee Whitwell's not phased by the power coming there from Dave Weinbach on those drives. So does a nice job blocking it, getting it down, and then the speed up cross court on Karges creates the opportunity for Oncins to put it away.
Oh, great reach, but then a better finish.
Again, speed up cross court. This time Karges recognized it a little bit earlier, but a good job from Jaime Oncins as far as getting that first paddle on the ball and the first attack. Oh, she almost touched the net.
Yes, she did, and her anticipation for Ernie's is pretty impressive.
Well, what she's looking for there with the Ernie as well is not only, you know, the angle that the ball's going to Weinbach, but she's watching his head. Weinbach is one of the players that'll watch the ball all the way onto the paddle, never lifts his head up before contact.
Oh, that's a sensitive area.
Yeah, so with Weinbach not lifting his head up through contact, he can't see the movement of Whitwell, so he can't make any adjustments with it.
6-1.
5 points in their last 6 serves for Oncins and Whitwell.
Yeah, and Whitwell's really feeling it now, and Dave senses that. Dave Weinbach senses that as well, so he's going to call a timeout.
Don't leave pickleball behind when you leave the court. Pickleball Channel gives you the world of pickleball in your hands, covering the entire sport. Dive deep into the world of pickleball and keep your game going with Pickleball Channel.
Good look at the sunshade structure here in Naples, Florida, East Naples Community Park. There are now 64 pickleball courts in what used to be a skate park.
And what's now considered right here on this Zing Zang Championship court, the Super Bowl of pickleball right here.
Got in. 7-1.
Whitwell and Oncins 4 points away. They have not lost a game on the day in getting here to this gold medal match. Karges a lob. And now the flick of the wrist to finish it for Dave Weinbach.
Yeah, good use of the offensive lob there from Karges. What that does is takes them out of the stack, or takes Whitwell and Oncins out of the stack. Puts two backhands in the middle as well.
Oh, out of the reach of Karges. Well placed by Whitwell. 3 points away.
8-2-2.
And another good spot there from Whitwell. Gets that ball down right at the, just above the knees of Dave Weinbach. Tries to get a backhand on it, but flicked it wide.
Weinbach tried for the ATP and he misfires. And that's going to take us to championship points.
And I got to say, Chad, I've been very impressed at how Whitwell and Oncins have moved Karges and Weinbach around on the court.
Yeah, and that's what I've seen from them all year. They're a very good team, very good partnership.
Side out, so Hope is still alive, although Hope appears to be on a train out of town.
2-10-1.
Sounds like a country song.
On a midnight train to Georgia.
ATP by Karges, and then a winner by Weinbach.
A little bit of love for the net, from the net there for Karges. Nice little kick out wide.
Karges with the lob. Weinbach trying to hit wingers, and all the answers for Oncins and Karges.
Oh, Weinbach just stepped on Karges. She's on 1 foot right now.
What a point.
And that's going to get the crowd on their feet.
Point of the match right there.
Might be the point of the tournament.
Right here. You saw Karges just get knocked back by Weinbach. Comes up, keeps him back in that point again.
Second serve.
What a battle right there from all 4 players.
So 3-10-2 after all that.
Good spot from Whitwell. Weinbach just a little flat on his heels.
Championship point number 2.
3-1.
Good wide ball there from Karges. Little hesitation from Whitwell. Can't catch up to that backhand.
3-2.
Championship point number 3. And there it is. They didn't lose a game all day long, including on championship court. Whitwell and Oncins, your 2024 senior mixed doubles Pro Division gold medalists. They win it 11-6, 11-3, and that was pretty impressive to watch.
It was very impressive, very entertaining. For the very top players in the senior pro division, putting their talents on display here for us, putting their sportsmanship on display. A great match.
And we will hear from the finalists and the winners coming up.
I always thought running was dumb.
So I never wanted to run, hated running.
I am not an athlete.
I'm not a runner.
I never thought I would run a marathon.
Why are we doing this? This is hard. It's because we're saving lives.
I was sitting in a spiritual recliner. You know, the lever on the side of that recliner, God just pulled it and ejected me out and said, hey, get to work. I need to move.
Water crisis is something that we think of very little because nobody here in the U.S. has to walk 6 miles back and forth daily to get water. Because of World Vision's work, children are free to go to school. Women are able to go to work and build up their local communities.
I wouldn't describe myself as a super athlete. Can I go run 26 miles? I couldn't when training started, but today I can.
I've had 5 knee surgeries. This is a total gift that God's given back to me. I need to do something with it.
There are people who tell me all the time now that they are grateful that they can donate because they feel like they're running along with me.
The Team World Vision family, it is a family. It doesn't matter how fast or how slow we run. These are all people who are changing the world with their feet.
I'm not running for myself. I'm running for someone else's finish line. And that's what keeps me moving.
Well, 2-0 in favor of Oncins and Whitwell in the final match of the night. And
that might be the biggest number of outright winners that we've ever seen right there. And the majority of those were going behind Weinbach after he was trying to be aggressive in the middle there.
I mean, they did everything. They really were just absolutely dialed in. And, Weinbach tried to, as you mentioned, Chad, Weinbach tried to be aggressive and they exploited it.
Well, and he needed to be, but he had to choose the times to step over the middle. And we just saw a couple of balls go past him right there. It's tough when you're playing against a team, and Melissa, you mentioned it, that they control the ball well, they move it around, and then they have the ability to put balls away and speed it up.
Yeah, and they did that very well this evening and had a lot of fun doing it as well. Look at the smiles, look at the sportsmanship. This was a fantastic match.
I wish that summer would be how other kids have summer.
More than 22 million children depend on school programs for meals. But those meals stop for up to 90 days during summer. That's almost 3 months kids spend worrying about when they'll eat next. Summer meal programs are a relief for families like Katrina's. Help kids and families facing hunger get through the summer.
Welcome back to Naples, Florida, everybody. Time to hand out some hardware, and we're going to begin with Dave Weinbach and Chris Karges, who played so well all day long, but got shut down eventually by a runaway train in that championship game. But how tough was that out there? They really were dialed in.
I'll tell you, Dave Benz, we knew that was going to be a tough match. I mean, Jaime and Lee, I think, are undefeated when they've played together in any senior pro mixed event. But a real credit to Chris Karges. This lady, folks that don't know her, she hasn't been on this stage too many over the years, but this is an absolute warrior and a beast and a fighter and a battler. And I will go to war with this lady any day of the week.
And I know, Chris, you're a breast cancer survivor. So to be where you were 7 years ago and be out here playing for medals at the US Open 7 years later, that's got to be amazing.
Yeah, it's just a blessing, and to play with this guy all week and today, I've had a great week with Jaime's son, Eric, and Martina Frantanova, and Sherry Corder, and now the Badger. So I've had an incredible week here.
And final thoughts, Dave, on this tournament as a whole. I mean, I know Chris and Terry are saying goodbye after this year. There was a special presentation for them earlier in the day. You've been a big part of this from the beginning.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Chris and Terry and Jim Ludwig and even Donna, they don't get enough credit for the visionaries that they are. And I remember when Chris and Terry came to Wisconsin to recruit me to play in the first one, Dave, in 2016 with Kyle Yates, and we were fortunate enough to win it. But every year this tournament has gotten better and better and better. The coverage gets better and better and better. The atmosphere, the electricity, the energy, it's second to none. Worldwide on the pickleball tour, and we all look forward to this every year, Dave. We put it on our map, on our schedule a year ahead of time, and I had a chance to catch up with Chris and Terry and thank them personally and what they've done for my life and my family and the memories that I have all over these grounds, not just on center court. And we know they're going to stay involved with pickleball, and they're just quality people, and same thing with Jim Ludwig and his wife Carol and Donna. So Chris and Terry, Donna, Jim, Carol, thank you for everything that you've done for us players over the years from my heart.
That is well said by Dave Weinbach. And with that, we're going to welcome in Brent Albertson, the CEO of Zing Zang. He's going to present the silver medals to Dave Weinbach and Chris Karges in the senior pro doubles mixed division as they take home not only the medals, but also the important checks, part of the $150,000 total purse this year at the Minto US Open Pickleball Championships. All right, so we are going to take more pictures in a moment. You guys can step aside, but we need Jaime and we need Lee Whitwell to get over here because it is time to hand out the gold medals to our 2024 Senior Mixed Pro Doubles champions. And boy, what a performance by you two today. Lee, let's begin with you. You and Jaime, you didn't drop a single game today.
You know, I think we tried a couple of times to do that, but Jaime was like, no, we're not doing this. But no, it's been a fun run. It's been a fun tournament. Jaime and I play well together. Anytime I get to share the court with him, I'm truly blessed. So my job is to make him look good and not get in his way, and occasionally I do. And I get reminded for it.
Jaime, how impressive is it to play alongside Lee? And she's so active, hit a couple of great earnings during that match, and I'm sure she carried you a lot of times during this day today.
Yes, of course. She always carries me. I'm lucky to play with her because I know she's going to carry me the whole time. So it's very good. And I just have something that we play in the mix on the final. She earned me, and I was so mad when she earned me. And now she earned me in our favor, so that's so much nicer.
Lee, I got to ask you, I know Dave likes to talk a lot, a shocker, when he's out on the court. I know you guys were exchanging a few words out there, and you hit a couple of shots that tagged him a couple of times. What was the conversation like between the two of you?
He kept asking for my number. And I was like, you know what? If I hit this ball hard enough, I might tattoo it on him. But no, no, it's all friendly banter. Look, we're all friends, and at the end of the day, we compete hard, and the banter's there because we have the utmost respect for each other.
And Jaime, last one for you. I know that you were fortunate enough to play in the Olympics at one point. How special is being here on this championship court compared to an event like that?
I always love compete. I always love to compete, and when I found pickleball, I felt, the joy of compete again. And to me, it's very important. So to me, play here is the same thing to play an Olympic or play a Grand Slam. It's the same feeling because I have this inside me, this competition spirit.
Well, let's get Brent Albertson in here one more time to hand out the gold medals, CEO of Zing Zang. And that is just a fantastic performance by them. They get the gold medals, and then also the prize checks coming over, and of course the Skechers footwear. Skechers, the official footwear of the US Open Pickleball Championships, and of course you are not truly a champion if you don't leave here without the hat. So one more time for your 2024 Senior Mixed Doubles Pro Champions, Lee Whitwell and Jaime Oncins.